The field. And I'll talk about this after I introduce these two teams that are coming up right now as we get set for the mixed team gold medal match. And of course, this is number 1, Korea versus number 2, Japan. We've already seen a Korea-Japan matchup this morning, and the Japanese men surprised the Koreans and pulled off the win in that match this morning to win the men's gold medal. Can Japan do it again? We're about to find out. So Japan out on the field first. Kawanaka Kaori, 23 years old, teaming up with the 29-year-old Furukawa Takaharu. These two defeated France 6-0 in the 1/8 round, scored a 5-3 win over Germany in the quarterfinals, and then had a 5-3 win over Mexico in the semis. In this match, they'll be facing Kim Woojin and Kang Chae. The Koreans. Kang Chae, 18 years old. She's already got a gold medal in the women's team competition this morning. She's going for gold here, and she'll be in the medal matches later on, so she'll have 3 opportunities to medal today. And Kim Woojin, looking for a little bit of redemption after his men's team settled for silver this morning. The Koreans, with an outstanding week, scored a 6-0 win over Georgia in the 8th round, 6-0 over Indonesia in the quarterfinals, and a 6-2 win over China in the semifinals. They lost only 1 set in their last 3 matches.
Yeah, certainly. The Koreans are always a dominating force, and the Japanese, though, it was great to see them victory in the men's team event, and that'll give them a lot of confidence going into this mixed team match. So the Korean team have decided to shoot first. Some say it's an advantage, some say it's better to shoot second, but on this occasion they're shooting first.
What's your preference?
I prefer to shoot first.
Set the tone?
Just gives you, it puts a little bit of pressure on the opposition. If you can start with a good shot with a 10, well, they've got to match it, and gets the momentum going.
An 8 by Kang Chae. Now Kim Woojin also with an 8. A little bit of a surprising start.
Exactly. So they're both trying to get a feel for the wind conditions. There's an opportunity. They've got to practice field before they come out onto the stage. But
that practice field is a little upriver, and it's not protected
exactly
as the shooting line is here.
Exactly, and just given it the format, you know, whether it's an 8 or 9 can make the difference between a set.
And we'll have to widen the camera out to find that. It's in the 6 ring, way up high. The shot by Furukawa Takaharu, excuse me. So that's straight into the blue ring. And all of a sudden, Korea's feeling a lot better about their first 2 shots. Although, just as I say that,
we've now got a 6 for the Korean team. So obviously gusty conditions out there. Archers finding it very difficult to find an aiming spot that they feel comfortable with.
Closing in on that 10 ring, Kim Woojin.
So it's given the Japanese archer an opportunity, really. If they can take the first set, give them some momentum to going into the final and remaining sets.
Excellent shot by Kawanaka Kaori. The 23-year-old ranked 17th in the world.
8 or better to take out this set.
The silver medalist from the 2012 London Olympics. He closed out the men's team match this morning, and he comes through with a strong shot there to give Japan the first set.
Great start by the Japanese. And, I mean, again, the format, shooting a 6, ideally, you'd think you'd lose the set, but anything can happen. Both countries on the highest stage were in the gold medal match. You wouldn't expect a 6 from a Korean archer, but it happens.
For those of you who are watching to the left of your screen there, you can't see it, but there's a tent. That's where we're located, inside with the rest of the television crew. And this tent creates a barrier, a wind barrier to some degree. However, about midway down, about 30 meters, 35 meters down, all of a sudden, those arrows are exposed to the conditions again.
Exactly. So the archer's not feeling the wind. So their initial feeling is of calm, but again, like you said, after 15, 20 meters, the wind catches the arrow, pushing it from right to left. So the archer's sort of got to anticipate what's down at the target, not what they're feeling on the shooting line.
And how do you anticipate that? How do you compensate for that? Is
Well,
that just experience?
Well, again, they had an opportunity to see the matches previous. Normally they'd have a spotter out here, you know, checking the match prior. They'd go back, report to their coach, to their archers. You know, the first arrows went left 8. You might need to aim a little bit more to the right. Again, the archers had an opportunity this morning. They got a feeling for the venue. But we're getting gusty conditions down here off the river. And it only takes a small little gust to move the arrow from the gold out to the blue ring.
So Korea will start off the second set, trailing 2-0 in the match. And Kang Chae, 18 years old, unranked, and an example of the depth that Korea has. The outstanding young archers who are coming up through the ranks, along with the veterans like Kim Woojin.
Mr. Kim, he's holds the current world record. He ranked first in the individual event here, and we'll see him later in the gold medal match.
He was a gold medalist at the World Cup final in Tokyo back in 2012. Beautiful shot. Kawanaka Kaori, who won a mixed team silver medal here in Shanghai back in 2011. Wants to improve on that today, along with her teammate Furukawa Takaharu. So Japan hanging right in there after 2 strong shots by Korea to start this second set. Lines up the shot, just a little left. And it looks bigger on the television camera than it actually is, Matt.
Yeah.
As you well know.
70 meters away. That the gold, a little bit smaller once you're aiming through your sight pin. It's unusual for Mr. Kim. I looked at his scorecard during the individual ranking. He did not shoot 1 arrow out of the 9 ring. All his arrows, all 72 arrows, were within the 9 or 10. So that puts us in a position where
a 9 will tie it, and a 10 gives them a commanding lead.
Exactly, certainly a very commanding lead. And he's done it.
There it is. Another clutch shot by Furukawa Takaharu. And Japan in the driver's seat right now.
You could hear the coach in the background calling down the timer. He had 3 seconds remaining left. But that certainly puts him in a commanding lead. In the gold medal match, to be going 4-0 against Korea is certainly a position that you want to be in. Worst case scenario, it'll be a shoot-off if Korea can come back and win the next 2 sets.
And we saw Mexico in the bronze medal match dodge some bullets. They were down 3-1, came back, tied it at 3-all, split a set to get it to the tiebreaker. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility. However, it's a big hill to climb.
Oh, exactly. And the Japanese should be feeling, comfortable. Worst case scenario, they tie, they still take the match. So they can probably feel a little bit more at ease. The Koreans now have to take it from them.
Japan won the first set, outscoring Korea 33-31, and then outscored them by 1 in the second set, 38-37. But unlike compound, where you keep the cumulative score running, this is set play. So Japan with a 4-0 lead and trying to close out the match. And that 8 is not exactly what the Koreans had in mind. Not to start off this critical set. Kang Chae followed by Kim Woojin's 9. And once again, Korea vulnerable.
Exactly, and you can see the arrow holes. Most of their arrows are left of the center, so that wind is certainly stronger than it feels.
Just as we say that.
Exactly, so she's obviously allowed too much. You could hear the wind socks flapping in the breeze.
That arrow goes astray into the 6 ring. A 10 right here would make it a 1-point advantage for Korea. Instead, it's going to be a 4-point advantage. And Korea with a chance to keep this match going.
Yeah, with 2 arrows remaining in the set, it certainly looks like the Koreans don't have to do too much to get the 2 points for the set.
That breathes new life into Korea. They were on the ropes, but they may still be back on those ropes. There's a 5 put up by Kang Chae, the 18-year-old, unranked. Her only previous international exposure was at the 2011 Youth World Championships in Poland. Now, Kim Woojin, the veteran, tries to salvage things. However, a 10 and a 9 right here.
Exactly. And again, like we said, all they've got to do is tie the set to take out the match. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen on this set.
Nope. And no matter what Furukawa Takaharu does with this shot, the match will go on.
He just needs to use his arrow to get an aiming spot for the next set. Try and execute a good shot so he knows exactly where to aim, and he's done that.
It's not a bad trial balloon.
That'll give you some confidence going into the next set. Certainly needed that.
And certainly Korea needed that set. They get it. They pick up 2 points and cut the lead in half at 4-2 right now. It's interesting. Korea shoots a 5 in that set, and they're still able to win the set.
Exactly, and it goes to show what the conditions are like. Normally, again, you wouldn't see Koreans shooting anything outside the goal, but for them to shoot a 5, a 6 on the first set, the conditions are very difficult. So with all the training in the world that they do, still able to shoot a 6 in the gold medal final.
As the day has progressed here along the Huangpu River in the Pudong district of Shanghai, the winds have picked up, coming whipping down the riverside here along the boulevard, and making the conditions challenging to say the very least for these archers who are among the best in the world. So we're all set to go and headed for the 4th set. Still a chance for Japan to close out Korea.
So this being the last set, the Koreans must win. They must win this set to stay alive.
Can't afford to tie, can't afford to split. Have to take this set and hope to get to the shoot-off, to the tiebreaker, and roll the dice there. Ms. Kang with an 8 to start off this 4th set. Kim Woojin coming through again. The 2011 world champion in Torino.
See the coach in the background giving direction where to aim.
So there's the 8, which matches the shot by Kang Chae. Now Furukawa Takaharu has to match the shot by Kim Woojin. Tried to use a little body English.
A little. He's been well, he's been a silver Olympic gold medalist, a silver medalist, so he knows the situation. He's been on the biggest stage before. And again, 2-8s. Opportunity still exists for Japan to either tie the set.
Kim Woojin really putting the screws to the Japanese team right there.
Very solid, and it just goes to show why he ranked #1 and why we'll see him in the individual gold medal final.
That is a clutch shot. All the pressure in the world right now. Almost got inside the 10 ring. So there is a chance.
10 to win the match. 9 will see us go into a tiebreak.
He closed out the match this morning for a team gold medal, but cannot repeat that here. The 9 means that Korea takes the set, and we're all tied up at 4 apiece. And for the second time here already this afternoon, we're heading for the tiebreaker.
Exactly, and both teams, we saw Mexico come back from a slow start, and again the Koreans were down 0-4, and were able to come back and even the match up at 4-all. Now the match will be decided on 2 arrows. It's anyone's game.
Basically, they were dead in the water, Matt.
Exactly. Like, the Japanese archers, they came out very, very strong. And I think the confidence of the Korean archers were probably not what they expected. They normally come very fast out of the gate and start executing 10s and 9s, putting pressure on the other team, and usually they falter. But the tables were turned. The Japanese were able to put it to the Koreans and start with a 4-0 lead.
Seems like it's a little bit of on-the-job training right now for Kang Chae.
Yeah, exactly.
The 18-year-old.
She certainly, again, the depth of the Korean archers is huge. So,
and there's no questioning her talent.
Exactly, and for her to make the actual national team is a huge credit to her. At 18, she's been able to rise to the top level very, very quickly.
Let's see how she rises to the occasion right here. Comes up with a 9.
It's a solid shot.
Now the ball is in Japan's court. Just outside, or did it catch the line?
Judges are calling it at 8 down in the blinds, but again, this is the advantage of shooting first. You get the opportunity to put the arrows in the target and put pressure on the other country.
Kim Woojin puts it in the 10 ring.
And that'll probably be enough.
Unless they change that first shot.
Exactly.
Of course, if Furukawa Takaharu does not come up with a 10, it's academic. It's a 9, so even if that other shot is a 9 instead of an 8, it's a moot point. Korea has come all the way back, down 4-0 in this match after dropping the first 2 sets, and they've come all the way back to win it in a tiebreaker.
Yeah, just a true credit to their ability, both on a technical basis, but also mentally. They don't normally find themselves 4-0 down, but then to fight back 2-4, 4-all, and win the shoot-off, they're just a great nation, great archery nation. And that's why they're so dominating. They always just fight till the very end.
Tenacity shown right there by Korea. Kang Chae and Kim Woojin. And Kim Woojin was a tower of power in that match.